All right, everyone, here we go with the week of March 15th through the 21st, 2026. I've got my student right here. I cut the deck before I hit record. There he is. The card from the Friday reading where I said, it's my too cool for school student, right? Look at this. I got it crossed by the Ten of Cups, and there's an Emperor right there, all right? Look, I'll just say it again. It's a quote, but I like using it, you know. Somebody shows you who they are, fucking believe it. Don't be too cool for, don't think you know better. You know, that kind of a thing. I don't know. Hey, whatever you want to do, let's go. Well, now we find out what actions they're going to take. All right, I'm going to shuffle. Yesterday we did the context. We did what they're thinking and feeling. Very interesting. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. All right, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. All right, I'm not a fucking time lord. I know it's a weekly reading, but a lot of what's happening right now is happening over a span. You know, the energies are setting up like bowling pins. There's 10 bowling pins. 10 energies setting up, 20 energies, 50 energies. Eventually, some ball is going to come and knock them all down at once. All right? This is just one of the energies, or sets of energies that's setting up. We clarify this reading, right? Split the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. I'll put the sign names to it. We do clarify. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate, all right? I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope. This is a cycle that we're pulling on. A cycle of energy. All right, let's go. All right, we're ready. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is 7 pentacles and 9 cups. 7 pentacles crossed by 9 cups. It's time for you to receive something. It's time for you to find out something. It's time for a wish to come true. But, you know, communication, possibly with the 8 of Wands. Somebody coming to give. I get it. It's something you may have, dare I say, waited for. You shouldn't be waiting. You know, it's right there. But, and there's the but. You heard me say but, and it's like, oh, Steve, you're going to have to dig for that but. Oh, I'm not going to have to dig very far for the but. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here, and then the last card. This is all the overall energy, 5 cards. And then right here, number 6 is the 5 of Swords. Something you've waited for, a wish, shows up. It might. Be careful what you wish for. It might be one of those moments. You see somebody for, you know, they show up with all kinds of crazy theories about what happened rather than, hey, how about you just tell me what happened, motherfucker? Right? It's a little disappointing. And I felt that around that Sagittarius position, position 9, in yesterday's reading. We'll see where we go. Let's do it. Our overall energy, I just gave it to you, so we're good to go. We're going to clarify with the little light seer. Okay? I haven't looked. I don't even want to know what's at the bottom of this. We may look before I start to shuffle. We're not going to look yet. I have no idea. It was right here. I grabbed it. I moved it here. That's it. All right. Let's go. Our story begins with Aries, position 1. Again, never mind the signs. I could put car names to it. It wouldn't matter. All right? You're all part of the cycle. If it resonates, it's for you. Aries, position 1, and Pisces, position 12. All right. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. Let's go. Our story starts close related to all of that with 6 of Swords. You know, I get this impression all the time, and I don't like saying it. It's going to be easy. Somebody wants to smooth things out for you, but I feel like they think you're a sucker on some level. I do. 8 of Swords is right here. Somebody's overthought this, overplanned it, overthought, to a point where you get it wrong. If you over-rehearse something, you tend to get it wrong, for example. It tends to come out wrong. You should never over-rehearse. Before a job interview, don't over-rehearse. You can't account for everything that's going to happen. Just rehearse enough. If you rehearse at all, I mean, I tend to wing things. But if you're not good at that, you know, what's on top? 6 of Wands. Yeah, they think you're a pushover. They think this is going to be easy. 6 of Wands, victory. It's easy, right? I'm wearing my little mini skirt, accidentally sit down slowly, and, you know, I'll get the job, no problem, right? Little peep show by accident. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to get hired, right? Somebody here thinks it's going to be an easy victory. Why? The Hermit. Because They think they're the smart. They think they're the shit. They think they're smarter. They think. They've overplanned it, over-rehearsed it. They've thought of everything you could possibly say. I got it. I got this. Oh, they haven't. They haven't. What's the bridge? What's the bridge? And the Nine of Wands. I think somebody thinks they can wear you down, is a way I would phrase that energy. All right? I think they think they've worn you down enough that you don't care anymore. Okay. All right. Well, it's sort of an energy, it's sort of a strategy that's playing out now out in the world, which is if you put enough shit out there, people won't know what to believe. So you just say this, say that, say this, say that, say that, and then you can't even sort it out. You don't even know what's live, what's real, what's this is fake, that's real, that's what it's a bit of that. This person figures they've worn you down enough that this is going to be easy, it's no problem. I can just, skate through this. Somebody definitely wants to talk to you. There's a lot of feelings here. All right? On the plus side, you might accidentally get a glimpse up the skirt. But, Taurus, position 2. 3 of Cups. This is somebody's going to ask you out. Somebody's going to invite you somewhere. Okay? Okay. I believe it. I don't remember what you had yesterday, but I think it was the same old position, right? They're going to, this worked before, so I'm going to try it again. Somebody's going to try. I believe you've seen this movie before. Okay? I believe you have. 3 of Cups. Why is it here? All right, let's go. 3 of Cups. Yeah, it's crossed by the 4 of Wands. Somebody's going to ask you out. Somebody's going to invite you somewhere. The idea is a happy new beginning. The vibe, the energy around it is, we can kiss and make up. Okay? What's on top? The Chariot. Somebody's going to invite you somewhere. They're determined. They're going to make you say yes. Whatever they got to do. They're going to entice you, whatever they have to do. Why is that here? The 3 of Cups. It's just repeat message. It's on a loop. If you say no, I'm going to try again. If you say no, I'm going to try again. If you say no, I'm going to try again. Round and around and around. The most love I could pull from the deck just came out as the bridging energy. This person does love you, but I'm going to tell you right now. I don't really have, I got a 5 of Swords here. I think they're going to use I love you as a weapon. Be careful about that. It worked on you before, right? That's the energy I get. I think that's what I got here yesterday. I think. Something like that. What I mean by using love is by weaponizing love. Is that the words I love you, as if they make everything okay. Yeah, but I love you. Yeah, but I love you. Yeah, but we love each other. Yeah, but whatever. You can love someone and still not want to spend time with them because you find them vile. Okay, in an extreme example, right? I mean, it is a bit of that. So be careful about the love. All right? Say yes because you want to say yes, not because you feel, yeah, but we love each other. Say yes because there's a reason you want to go. You want to find out once and for all about this love, for example. That would be a good reason. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Friendly warning. Right? From your friendly neighborhood, Steve. Okay? All right. Gemini, position 3. King of Cups. Somebody's holding on. Somebody seems okay. Somebody seems... I think it's you. I think if somebody's reading, I don't want to say they're reading your energy, but they think you might be not in love with them anymore because you're not showing it as much as you used to. That's what I get. Okay? I don't know. Don't yell at me. Fuck you, Steve. I get you. People think all kinds of things. People see what they want to see, hear what they want to hear. Right? It is what it is. King of Cups. Page of Cups. Somebody thinks your love has shrunk. It's smaller. Okay? It's what I said. You may not like what I said, but I said it. Right? We don't always like the truth. The truth isn't always fun. But that's the energy that's there. What's on top? I mean, I could make something up that's nicer. probably get more viewers, you know, if I were kinder and gentler and didn't say such crazy things. But somebody feels like you're holding the love back. You're a miser with it. You're being cheap with it where you used to be. You're being economical with the love, and you used to give and give and give. Well, who can blame you? You didn't get a lot back. I can tell that. Why is that here? The Tower. It's someone who has some fear. I'm exaggerating here a little bit, but for somebody, I'm hitting it right on the head. Somebody has some fear that you're starting over and you're not taking them with you. Okay? You're going to leave them behind. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I've had to leave people behind before too. They also might do something shocking to reboot this thing. They might try to turn you around or do something shocking. I don't know. Maybe sit down funny so you accidentally get a glimpse up their skirt. I have no idea. Whatever. I have no idea. All right. Here we go. Let's see. I joke about that. I had that happen recently. Never mind. It's a long story. But I mean, I knew it was on purpose. I wasn't born yesterday. All right. All right. Position 4. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle. Something here for everybody. Bookends over here. You accidentally sat down with your legs up in the air? I mean, really? Is that how you've been sitting down your whole life? My God, you must put on a show for everybody. 3 swords. Is what it is. Well, she got the sale, so it's fine. It worked, I guess. I mean, I was in anyway. But 3 of Swords. Why is it here? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. This person over here, again, might do something shocking to bring it to try to have you show more love or whatever. It could all be out of a fear that you're moving on without them. You're going to leave them behind because you're not showing the love the way you used to. Okay. I do not know why this is here. It feels old. It feels like an old hurt. I got the old Western theme here with this, right? Remember the Bonanza theme, the opening to the TV show? Dum 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 dum. Right? That thing, right? And they used to burn I don't know, they burned something. I don't know what was something was burning. I remember that. Right. I know something was always burning at Bonanza restaurants. I'll tell you that. In Ponderosa. Here we go. Let's see where we go. 3 swords. Why is it here? It's crossed by the Ace of Cups. Yeah, somebody's mad at themselves for in the past not telling you how they feel. All of you have somebody who is mad at themselves, sad about the fact that they didn't tell you how they feel back in the day. All right, what's on top? What did I just say? Why am I your second favorite? Huh? Probably because I tell you things you don't want to hear. Right? All right. I mean, this might be, I just told somebody they've been getting sales the wrong way. I mean, I don't know. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, somebody from the past. It's what I said. Somebody's thinking back to the past and not giving you love. The Ace of Swords. They might try again. They might try again. The 3 of Pentacles, I'm right. They might try again. All right. But they're very sad about it. All right. They're very sad. Okay. All right. Leo Soap Opera, position 5. I think they might try again. They're very sad about something that happened in the past, about not giving you the love. Everybody's person is. I just feel like they're not trying with a whole lot of truth. Truth is dangerous. Okay? It really is. Calling people out on their shit is dangerous. People don't like it. Low vibrational people live in bullshit. And they don't like any kind of glimpse of the actual reality. It scares the crap out of them. Like throwing a rock in the water, fish scatter kind of a thing. It's a bit of that. I don't know. I think you may lay some truth on this person if they show up. Be careful about that. Keep that in mind, okay? All right, right here. Leo, position 5. Page of Wands. I believe you. I do declare. I believe you have a conversation coming with this person. I believe this person's going to try something very small at first. Spark up a conversation. The equivalent of throwing something at you in class. Right? Throwing a note at you. It hits you. It lands on the floor. And you wait to pick it up because you don't want to seem obvious. Right? You initially just turn and look at them with a dirty look and go, "You just chuck something at me, you fucker." Right? But you know the note's there. That kind of a thing. Make it look good. All right. My point, again, I don't joke about anything that's not in the energy. My point is, again, don't seem too eager. They're going to try something small to get your attention. Don't just, oh, thank God you called. You know, that kind of a thing. You know, take it easy. Do exactly what I just said. They throw a note at you in class. You turn and give them a dirty look. You don't just lean immediately and pick up the note. You know that the note is there, but they don't know that you know that the note is there. Okay. Be cool. Always be cool. Besides, this person deserves to fucking sweat. Knight of Wands. Very emotionally immature. Very immature. I'm not that far off with chucking notes. Right? They're too old for this. She's too old to be going to parties like this with the horse raging in the yard and the fire and the bongo. Way too old. All right? Oh, what's on top? The King of Swords. Be cool. Just be cool. That's your energy. Why is that here? The Seven of Wands. Distance. It's exactly what I just said. I already told you. The energy reading happens when I shuffle, not when I throw the cards. I throw the cards after. Has more impact, but it also shows you it's a little more real, isn't it? Man, just, you didn't see the note. Be the sitting king, right? You got the high ground here. They're going to try to get your attention. Don't give it to them right away. Make them sweat, right? All right. I would play it that way, because if you don't want this person's very emotionally immature. If they think they have the upper hand, remember, they're the King of Wands. They're Burger Kings. If they think they have the upper hand, they'll run with it. If you give them an inch, they'll run a mile. All right. Position 6. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. The energy backs me up. All right, right here. Position 6. Virgo. Sometimes my wild card spot. Sometimes you guys show up here. 4 of Pentacles. I think you find out that somebody is actually intimidated by you. They're afraid of you. I think you find out about this. Okay? I do. I think you learn this. Somebody isn't as powerful as you thought they were. Right? Maybe you thought they were the warlock on the hill. And they're not. Nobody is. You got to realize that. Right? I don't know. But I know that was tied to yesterday's page of Pentacles, which we had at the beginning of this reading after my cut. And I know you're inclined not to believe it. You may have put somebody on a pedestal. Be careful about, I don't care if it's a public figure or somebody in the soulmate cycle. Whether it's a love relationship or somebody out in the world, anybody that tries to make you believe that they're your only hope. Yeah, there's your red flag right there. That's a cult leader. Right? I got somebody here attached to you. It feels like love. It does. Look at that. I was just talking about it. Rewind, motherfucker. I was just talking about it. I say motherfucker with love. That is the card from yesterday's reading that showed up in position 11 that was read with this. It's right there. I know I wrote it down. It showed up at the beginning of the reading from the animal deck, right that I did with the cut position. Yeah. Too cool for school. Believe it. All right? All right. I think you find out that somebody is, well, yeah, the 5 of Swords. It's not who you thought they were. All right. Why is that here? The 7 of Pentacles. It was time for you to find this out. You're finding it out before it's too late. Okay? He's noticing the plant is growing before it's too late. Now he can get some water, right? He had abandoned these seeds a while back. You can fix this relationship with this person. I believe you can. I believe you can turn a false victory into a real victory if you do the right thing. What's the bridge? Yeah, I'm right. 100% right. I wanted to see. 4 of Wands. I'm right. I'm spot on here. All right? So again, this might be a lesson for some of you. It can't be for all of you, but if you're showing up here, it's for a good number of you. And it might be future influence. You believed something about this person and it proves to be not true. It does kind of knock you back a little bit. All right? But it allows you to reboot on a solid structure. All right? All right. Libra, position 7. The Magician. I don't know. It's tied to this somehow. I mean, everything is, but this in particular is feedbacking off of the Three of Swords that's underneath there. Why is the Magician here? Tell me about it. I'm being honest with you. I don't know. I'm not just going to make shit up when I don't know. There's a lot of karma coming off this card. There's a lot of transformation. There's a lot of worry, too. Sadness and worry. I don't know why. Nervous? A nervous magician is a lousy act. Okay? You got to go out there with absolute confidence that when you reach your hand in, you're going to pull a rabbit out. All right? End of story. The Fool. Yeah, somebody's starting a journey, but they're nervous a little bit. They're a little bit nervous. What's going on? What's on top? Yeah. Why am I? Come on. Eight of Swords. Why am I your second favorite? I'm right. I'm 100% right here. You saw what came out. Why is that here? The High Priestess. They're worried about what might happen if they say something to you, if they approach you, tell you how they feel. You know, I think it's something where you have a disagreement with this person and they want to give you their side. They've spent some time thinking about it. They've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. Maybe over-rehearsed it like we talked about over here. They might try the mini-skirt trick. You know, maybe, I don't know, just to distract you. Whoa, what did I just see? You know, that kind of a thing. And whatever. Whatever it is, they're worried about what might happen. There's a whole lot of that. So I've got a nervous cheetah here, about to go after their first gazelle. Okay, a little bit of that. I don't know. But I think somebody wants to give you their side of a story or tell you, or it could be just to tell you how they feel. They're very nervous about it. It might come out a little sketchy. They may leave out some things. I don't know. You might feel like they're being shifty-eyed, secretive. They're not. They're just nervous. All right, I'm on their side. It's not a bad thing. It's very positive energy. Okay. Scorpio, position 8. King of Swords. I don't know. King of Swords. You got to lay some truth on somebody. Maybe you learn a lesson from some of the stuff I was talking about over in here. You know, it's not easy. People, you know, there's all kinds of things you got to say that people don't want to hear. It is what it is. There's a war on truth these days. I mean, you know, it's affecting the soulmate cycle in that I'm getting a lot of deception in the reads. I'm getting a DM side that blame shifts worse than they ever have. King of Swords, why is it here? Tell me about it. The Five of Cups. You're going to be very harsh with somebody. It flows both ways. It could be you, it could be them. Either you're going to be very harsh with somebody or somebody's going to be very harsh with you. If that's the case, you will regret it later or they will. Okay? Know that. All right, what's on top? 10 Swords. Yeah, you're quick to... I feel like this is you. I do, but roles can be reversed. It could be the incoming energy. All right, to take some of the heat off me. All right, just a little bit. I'd say it's them. All right, I'll say it's the incoming energy. Somebody is quick to put 10 swords in you, tell you the truth, put something, break your heart a little bit on some level. I don't know, put an issue. We're going to drive 10 swords through this issue so we can move forward. Let's say, for example, they say that. That's a very positive thing. But if it's done harshly, not so much. It's my King of War energy here. Why is the 10 swords? Yeah, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, again, it's an argument. When these two are in close proximity, King and Queen of Swords, they fight. There's a fight coming between you and somebody. And there's going to be regret all around. Things are going to be said that you're going to regret. I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you what this feels like. Feels like alcohol is involved a little bit. Be careful about what you're yelling and screaming with your best friend Janelle while you've had a few too many. All right? I mean, it's possible. Whatever it is, there's a fight happening here and that's it. We're fucking done. Somebody's going to regret that later. Be careful what you say. All right? And if you have been drinking here, get yourself by yourself somehow. But don't drive yourself anywhere. Call a fucking cab. I don't know. That's the best I could tell you. Yeah. I'm going to pull the top card. I'm going to pull the top. I took a peek at what the bridging energy would have been. I am going to pull it. It's apology. It's the Page of Cups. You'll be calling later. One of you calls and says, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry too. Oh, I'm so sorry. It happens. All right? It happens. It's one of the cards that ends the separation phase for a goddamn reason. I will tell you that. All right. Here we go. Sagittarius. Okay. Sometimes separate from the cycle. Sometimes part of it. Always interesting. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you thought somebody loved you. I wrote down what you had yesterday. I know what I'm talking about here. You thought it's the most love I could pull from the deck. You thought somebody cared. You find out somebody only cares about themselves. That's what you're finding out. Somebody only cares about themselves. You got the Queen of Cups mixed up with something else. With a Queen of Wands, maybe. I don't know. But tell me about this. Tell me about this right now. Tell me about it. Yeah. Right there. The Lovers. It went by twice. And I reshuffled it just to be sure. And it came back again. The Lovers are crossing it. Yeah. You thought somebody loved you. You thought somebody had your back. You thought that person was on your side. You thought they were on Team Sagittarian. Right? Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. You thought they were a guru, a genius, nice, wonderful, steady, consistent in your life, good friend. This is a very reliable person. You thought they were reliable, dependable, knowledgeable, spiritual. They knew everything, knew what was going on. Bridging energy is the Queen of Wands. I shit you not. I took a chance. You know I took a chance. I took a Vegas chance here. I'm reading the energy before I throw the cards. I already said you got the Queen of Cups confused with the Queen of Wands. Rewind. I said it. I did not know that was there. There it is. That's the bridging energy. I'm telling you. Be careful about that. Don't beat yourself up. Okay? Pay attention to what I said here. And pay attention to advice I've always given you, which is in order to prevent sounding like you're in a cult or whatever, or an unwavering support for someone like they're a fucking deity, always assume. First, say, this person may screw me over. I may be wrong about this person. Then compartmentalize that and go on with your relationship with that person. At least then, if you have to admit you were wrong, you could say, see, I told myself so, I knew it. And you don't feel as bad. If you don't do that, you're inclined to never admit you were wrong and just keep driving the bus right over the cliff. Right? Like lower vibrational people do. You don't want to be like most people, do you? Well, that's what happened here. You got something wrong. You thought this, thought that, thought whatever. Stop it. All right? Fakey McFakerman right there. All right. What you want to do? But I called that. I called it yesterday. I call it today for sure. That is awesome. I called the exact card. All right? I should at least be your third favorite. I mean, anyway. All right, right here. Capricorn, position 10. 10 of Pentacles. I got that Beatles song, Got to Get You Into My Life, in my head. I don't know why. As soon as I threw it, I got to get you into my life. I don't know what's going on here. Tell me about 10 Pentacles. Tell me about it. Tell me about 10 Pentacles. Why is it here? The Fool. Somebody new enters your life. You got somebody new entering your life here. Or it's an old person under a new energy. Maybe. I don't know. The Two of Swords. And why is that here? Judgment. Yeah, somebody's returning. This is 2 Ace of Swords. Never mind, she's swatting at crows. That's just a picture in this deck. It's 2 swords. 2 Ace of Swords crossing. There's one thing you believe about this person, and there's another thing, and there's another reality that they're approaching in. Don't get the past confused with the present here. This is this person's changed. They've gone through something. Okay? At least give them the benefit of that. They're being brought to you by God's source, the universe itself. Something's being resurrected here. All right? It's nice. You can begin a new journey with this person. In fact, I've got death card underneath that. The old them is dead. Some sort of rebirth, right? Death, rebirth. They've been reborn. I felt that. That's nice. Okay? All right, position 11, Aquarius. What do we get here? Sometimes you guys show up here. We may get more information about this here. All right? The Strength card. Yeah. It is a little bit more about this here, you know, and it ties a little bit over here too. It really is an energy right now where we have to admit we were wrong about some things. It's be careful time. You're getting a rush. You guys are showing up here. This card is specifically talking about a rush of energy that's coming your way. Okay? You got the power, right? The way He-Man had the power and he put the sword in the air, right? Like you've got some kind of extra strength coming. All right? You're losing fear. Your ability to see through the bullshit is extremely strong here. Right here, the Fool. Again, you fear nothing. You're willing to take leaps of faith. You're willing to believe information that you get that you would normally be afraid of. She would normally be afraid to jump in that water. I gave the analogy earlier of a brick being truth, fish in the water being lower vibrational people, and dropping the brick of truth in the water and the fish scatter. Right? I gave that over here. Water. You now have the strength to jump in the water. You're now the brick. Right? You know, I don't know how else to put it. The universe is like backing me up here 1,000%. What's on top? The Emperor. You have a chance to take some control here. Why is that here? And the Eight of Wands. And again, you're not afraid to say things that you were afraid to say before. In this energy, you're not afraid to ask the tough questions of somebody that approaches. You're not afraid to see the reality. And because of that, you're rewarded with a happy new beginning. All right? You can have that with this person. Something very real. All right? Right here, Pisces, position 12. Redwood 1 and 5. The Empress. Wow. Somebody's very attracted to you. And I think they're going to try anything to get you back in their life. Okay? Somebody very attracted to you. I believe that. Let's see where we go here with the Empress. What do we get? It's crossed by the Ace of Cups. I feel like it's somebody new who's attracted to you. Who they might be careful, they might be married, they might try anything. They might cheat, they might do anything. Okay, be careful about that. What's on top? Yeah, what did I say? Right? I read the energy first. Right there, 7 swords. They might lie to try to get in your pants. I believe it. It's pretty good. So don't show it to them first. You know. Let them at least try. Right? Why is the 7 swords here? Ace of Pentacles. Again, it's what I said. It's everything I already said. Plain and simple. And you might regret it later. There you are sitting outside with your pants off. You might regret it later if you do. How many times are we going to get this energy around? Huh? How many times? I don't know. It is what it is. We got a lot of deception. We got deception with the 5 of Cups all over the place on the Friday and Saturday readings this week. It is what it is. Randomly at the bottom of this deck is 3 swords, which was this very 3 swords right here. So let's have the universe add it all up here. Okay? All right? Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. 3 cards and a bottom card. Add it all up. Let's see. Come on now. Look who's back. From another deck where we started with the big animal deck at the very beginning. Rewind, it is. It's a very divinely guided reading. 10 swords. I'll just pull the cards and I won't say a word. 10 swords, 10 wands, and the Ace of Swords. There is a pervasive energy with the DMs in this cycle and the DMs out in societal energies that if it's the truth, but I don't like it, but it causes me some consternation, I'm going to put 10 swords in it. Okay? This 10 swords resets to this right here. You're getting information. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it go through your head. Don't try to find a way to kill it. Okay? Question it. Yes. You don't try to prove your theories wrong or right about a person, a situation, whatever it is. You question your theories. That's it. You question other people's theories. Question things that are said. Fact check things that are said. Research things that are said. It's important. It really is. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful.